where no matter what happens, we got each other. Look through the eyes of a kid trying to do it big. Think you to our dad, and you know that be the Reds. Let's go. W-O, you better recognize T. W-O, you know we on the rise, T.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, twinners of all ages, it's time for another episode of Dad Talks. I'm your dad. I'm not your dad.
He's our dad.
Their dad. I'm a dad. I'm the dad of Dad Talks. If I was your dad, then Lucy, you have some explaining to do. You guys are too young. It's a show. Way back when. I'm too young, honestly, but
What does it mean by you're too young? Yeah.
Because it was on before our time. My time, your time.
Oh.
Definitely your time. You know, Lucille Ball.
No.
Ricky Ricardo. Yeah, anyways.
I can remember Ricky Ricardo, but same.
Anyways, it was a show. I used to watch it on Nick at Night a long time ago.
Like
anyways.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah. Yeah. See, you don't even know what Nick at Night is. Do you guys know what you call a angry carrot? A steamed veggie.
You did it wrong, you gotta.
Oh.
Or a little bit faster, but.
Whatever you said.
You can
Okay.
put it back right.
So today's topic, what is it?
Judgment.
Yes,
Of
judgment.
people and animals and creatures
Yeah,
of all ages and sizes.
it's important to draw a line between judging and discerning. Discerning is having or showing good judgment. Judging is forming an opinion or conclusion about, something, somebody, whatever the case might be. Okay. There's two words that kind of separate the two, and that is humility and love. Okay.
Humiliation.
No, not humility, like human interaction.
Yeah.
Judging carries with it condemnation and separation from its subjects. It causes a us and them type of comparison, or superior and inferior type of attitude. Okay, so a lot of times judging will lead into like
I'm better than you.
yeah, like I'm better than you.
Bullying.
Into bullying. It also leads into like racism. There's all kinds of negative things that judging other people can lead into. So you definitely want to stay away from the judgment. Now we all do it. Like I've said before, we all in our lifetime throw judgment and cast judgment on people or things. Okay. Discernment recognizes a behavior. Huh?
What if your lifespan is a day?
Well, I don't know. Discernment recognizes behavior as wrong, but also you also got to understand that unless you walked a mile in their shoes, or unless you know what they've been through, you really shouldn't cast judgment. You don't know what they've been through, right?
You trash at Fortnite.
Judgment is often hidden under a veil of morality. Do you know what morality means?
Jealousy?
No, morality.
No, I don't know what that means.
So morality is like what you know to be right and wrong. Okay. What is
good and bad.
Yeah, or yeah. I don't know how else to put that. When I say judgment is often hidden under a veil of morality, I mean that by as in, people will judge an unmarried mother. People will judge, public breastfeeding. Those are things that people think, some people say that it's not moral, or it's not right.
I was about to say, so not right?
So a lot of times it's hid under the veil of morality. Well, the problem with that is that may be how you were raised. That doesn't mean that's how everybody was raised. So what is in your eyes, part of moral? Other people's, it's not. You know what I mean? So you can't judge somebody for something that you may have been raised differently for. You know what I mean? One of the things that I hate about
Christianity.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that. I'm not a big fan of organized religion at all, because of hypocrites and because of the judging, especially when, never mind, I'm not going to get into that. 24-hour news goes around.
24-hour news.
This is a world of 24-hour news, right? We're constantly understanding or constantly knowing everything about everybody and about every situation, and you can literally, on your phone you get news, on TV you get news, on your radio, like if you're listening to the radio station you're getting news, literally 24-hour news. Yeah. And we're also in a world where sharing instant status updates, right? So we're constantly sharing instant status updates about our life or about our situations or about
Pick.
So
Sharing that.
more now than ever, it is now our place to judge. Okay? More now than ever, it is not our place to judge. Social media, shaming, internet trolls, and opinion-based journalism is running rampant right now. Okay, we've talked about the suicide rates have went crazy over the last 10 years. Okay, and at the same time, so has social media, right? To avoid sounding like a boomer, I'm going to go ahead and say it though. You look at the numbers of when social media came around and how much it has grown, and then you look at the numbers of how much suicide rates have risen. And they're side by side comparison, and it's kind of scary, and numbers don't lie. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
So yeah, social media, shaming, internet trolls, opinion-based journalism. These are all things that will lead into meaning that we're not even going to give you the news on facts. I'm going to tell you things that only line up with my opinion. Yeah. Facts don't care about emotions, right?
So some those like places, like news things and stuff, like some of them, remember Jerome.
Yeah. So, anyways, I can't even read my own writing on that one.
What one?
Morals are. Morals are rooted in genetics. That's what it says. I couldn't just read my own writing. Morals are rooted in genetics. And what I mean by that is, again, it depends. I mean, a lot of times you're going to go off of what you've been taught. Okay? A lot of times our children grow up and react to certain things because that's what their parents showed them, right? They show them what, that's not right. Okay. They grow up and they think the same thing. they have this they want to cast judgment on a certain person or a certain situation or a certain
They weren't
thing
taught that.
because to them that's not right. But that's only because that's how it was taught, right? That's why I try to. I want you kids to have your own. I want you to think outside of the box. Okay.
Well, I'm not very good at that.
I don't want you guys to fall into this trap of only believing or
Think about the volume of the box.
Or-
Area.
I don't want you to fall under this deal where my opinions become your opinions. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want you to, just because I think that something ain't right, doesn't mean that it ain't right.
Follow me.
Okay? It's just my opinion. And when I say, I'm gonna tell you something that you guys are gonna probably think is funny. Opinions are like buttholes.
What?
Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got them and they all stink. Okay?
Not all of
You may have an opinion of, no, to you it don't, but to everybody else that doesn't share that opinion, it does. Okay? Anyways, we judge what's different because familiarity is safe, right?
You're familiar.
So we judge what's different because familiarity is what's safe. Okay? So we may come across something or somebody or a situation or whatever the case may be, and that scares us because we don't know how to react to that. We don't know, it scares us because it may make us feel like we need to change our whole entire outlook on life. It may scare us because you may have had this opinion, a moral that was taught to you, okay? And now all of a sudden you're here in front of this judgment, and you were judging this thing or this person or whatever because it was different, and now all of a sudden you're realizing that what you thought was different is something that you may have thought it was wrong, but now you're thinking you're seeing it as something that's right? So don't judge. That's the bottom line. The bottom line. Before you judge somebody or something, you really just need to sit back and think to yourself, do I truly understand or know what that person's going through or what that thing is, or am I just casting judgment because, number one, it was taught to me, number two, I'm scared because it's not familiar. Okay. And number three, how would you feel if that person or that people were casting judgment on you for the same thing or for something like that? How would you feel if somebody was casting judgment on your sons or your daughters?
I was about to say, what about daughters?
Or your mom or your wife? The fact of the matter is don't judge somebody unless you've walked in their shoes, unless you know what they are talking about.
But if you've done that, it's okay.
No, it's not okay to judge. It's never okay to judge. We all do it. It's never okay.
It's not right.
Unfortunately, we have to sit back and refocus and rethink to ourselves and take accountability. Okay, and say, hey man, I was wrong. I shouldn't have judged that. I shouldn't have judged that guy. I shouldn't have judged the person.
Hey, how you doing?
You may see a guy and see him in tattered clothes and he's all dirty and
He must be rich.
you think to yourself, man, he's
rich.
You think to yourself, he's a homeless guy, or he doesn't take showers or whatever.
He fell
But
in mud
but
and he was walking home.
but in reality, that may be one of the hardest working men in the world. Or maybe that guy is rich. Maybe that guy is rich, and he's rich because of something that he created, right? Or something that he does that he is so passionate about that he still, even though he's rich, he still wants to go out there and do that. Still wants to go out there and put that work in. Okay? So don't judge. Don't judge.
This book, I'm gonna judge it. I
will tell you this. Some of the greatest people that your dad has ever been around and got to know are people that society would think of as misfits. Society would think of as bad people.
But psych, we're the best people.
Some of the worst people that your dad's ever been around and got to know were people that society held on a pedestal.
Oh.
That people thought were the greatest people in the world. Now, other way, I mean, it goes the other way too. I've met some bad people that were society would consider bad, and I've met some good people that people thought were great. So it's just, I mean, once again, don't judge nobody. My thing is I put respect over success. Okay. If somebody respects me, then I'm going to give it all to them. Okay. I would much rather be respected than successful.
Oh well, thank you.
I would much rather to show respect than to
Take respect.
No, much rather show respect than to,
I did that, not you.
Anyways, that's our show tonight. Dad Talks.
Well, you'll probably see it in day. Yeah.
Dad Talks.
I should watch on YouTube at night.
Before we go, we do want to say.
Good night, though.
Before we go, we do want to say that there is a Dad Talks merch available at twinworldorder.com. That's their merch store.
If you want instead, you can go pick up some of the Twin World Order, but Dad Talks, pretty cool.
We do have Twin World Order on there. And Dad Talks. Also, before we go, the boys wanted to let everybody know they are doing some, mowing, weed eating, yard cleanup, pretty much anything. Walk a dog, do the dishes. They don't want to do the dishes, but they'll do the dishes if the pay's right.
Good pay. It's just no tech stuff. We don't like tech stuff. We're not very good at that. Yeah,
so, anyways, if you have some
video games,
if you have some work for these guys, just let them know. Holler at me, and we'll get it going.
Hey, that's me artwork.
Also, again, twinworldorder.com. Order the merch.
I got some dishes to do.
They would much appreciate it if you would order that merch. Also, Twin World Order, $ Twin World Order is their Cash App. They think they're big time now because they have a Cash App card coming.
Yeah, it's cool too.
So they designed their own debit card. So
it's got a skull on it, and it's going out a little. It's pretty big, and it's got a B, and it's got a tiny 2, like an exponent, and it's got a star and a fire up the top left.
So
it's really cool.
If you want to donate to their Cash App, that's $ Twin World Order. If you don't want to donate, remember, sharing, liking, and subscribing, all that stuff is free. It does not hurt. I think that's a lot of people's problem is they're afraid it's going to hurt. They're like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to go share it. Ew, I don't think I want to do that. Maybe it's because they're afraid people are going to judge them.
You watch that?
So anyways, that's our show.
You watch
ready? Ready, guys?
Yep.
That's our show. 2 fingers up.
I got 3 fingers up.
And we out.
W-O, you better recognize T. W-O, you know we on the rise T. W-O, the limit is the sky T. W-O, we one of a kind T. W